Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Apex Wrestling Warzone. I'm your host, your commentator, the voice of Apex Wrestling, Forrest Walpole here, welcoming you live from the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana. And man, we got a good show for you guys tonight. But we got a little bit of special for you. Because Riley Wolf cares about the product and he loves the 2K games, he issued a very special challenge to one Lionel Jinx. And now Lionel Jinx is coming out here to defend his honor. But Riley Wolf is telling him straight up, for all the hell you put us through for 2K20, I'm a kicking your ass, bitch. So let's see what happens. Lionel Jinx versus Riley Wolf. It's going to be an interesting show to start things off here. So, we'll see what happens here between these two men. Now, just so you guys know, this is not an official match. This is just Riley Wolf just wanting to beat the hell out of the man who gave us 2K20 in his eyes, and he wants to beat his ass to a pulp. And he is going to love nothing more than to do just that. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. Lionel Jinx, Riley Wolf, one-on-one, non-sanctioned match because he's not even part of the roster. He just happened to be here. Let's get it going.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Ozone Park, New York, weighing in at 210 pounds, KDEV.
Well, Lionel Jinx, he's ready, but I don't think he really is because this is Riley Wolf we're talking about here. We know who he is, we know how he is, and we know Lionel Richie is in for the beating of his life.
And his opponent from Dudleyville, weighing in at 219 pounds, Riley Wolf.
Oh, I'm a bit surprised Riley Wolf has no mic with him this time. I guess he's going to be no business tonight. Looking to take it to Lionel Jinx for all that he's put us through for 2K20, as well as the fact that shit's hitting the fan in 2K19 as well, but not so much. But in any case, he wants to give Lionel Jinx a fight. I almost said Lionel Richie, for fuck's sake. Lionel Jinx is now at the mercy of Riley Wolf. And honestly, I feel somewhat bad for him because, as I say before, 2K is the publisher, not the developer. But whatever, I'm not going to try to convince Riley Wolf about the difference because he don't seem to give two shits. As long as he gets his frustrations out on somebody from the team that brought us all these wrestling games, he's ready to take it out on him. And now Riley Wolf taking it to Jinx. Oh man, and double knees out of the back of Richie. And Wolf with the cover already. And a quick on it one by Richie. Like, fucking A! Fucking Jinx! Goddamn! I'm thinking way too much of the fucking Lionel Richie for some reason. I don't even know why. I need to quit butchering people's names for fuck's sake. But either way, Jinx is in trouble, and a knee from Wolf sends Lionel fucking Jinx out of the ring. And now Wolf measuring Jinx right now. Riley Wolf top goes for the dropkick. The missile dropkick, but he completely missed. And now, a twist of fate. Oh, man. That's on a count of 4. Count of 5. Riley will try to go after Jinx, but he could not get him. Now he went with a deep six, goes to the cover, kick out at 1. And now, oh, nice move there by Riley Wolf. Cover, and Riley Wolf got him. No easy feat for him. No, it was an easy feat for him. He just took it to Lionel Jinx here. I hope he's happy with the punishment he gave him. Oh man. Alright, Wolf making his way up here. He's celebrating in the ring actually, never mind. I'm a bit fucked up with my eyesight a little bit. Here he is, there he is. Down there he's saying, telling Lionel Jinx, this is what you get for fucking with the 2K, with WWE 2K20, bitch. This is what you get. But I have my say, but that's my say. Anyway, with that being said, okay, so Riley is coming up back up here as I speak right now. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, KDog taking on Jaden.
Did you see what I just did to Lionel Jinx? That's what you fucking get for adding an additional match to our fucking card when we didn't want one. Fuck you, Lionel Jinx. Fuck you, 2K. Fuck you, Visual Concepts. And fuck you, Ukes. I don't care. Fuck everyone. Let's go on to the first match of the chase for the gold.
Yes, indeed. As I was saying before, you rudely interrupted me. And it's going to be KDog taking on Jaden Shadow. And what a match this is going to be. Because this is the first time... Jaden Shadow and KDog have fought in an Apex Wrestling ring, but it's not the first time they fought in general. So we'll see what happens between these two men here tonight. My pick, honestly, based on the statistics, I might have to go with KDog on this one.
Very interesting, yes. Statistically, overall, KDog has had a much better success than Jaden, even though KDog has been around here longer. But if we're calling in the tournament, they both have an equal record. It's really who is going to be dead last and who is not going to have any momentum going out of this tournament.
Yes, indeed. So they're even. So since they're even, this is another one of those a match that both men need to win. Neither man can afford to lose. Going back to that same mindset again. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. KDog, Jaden Shadow, the round 6 for the Chase for the Gold tournament begins now. Alright, so now we are currently awaiting the arrival of KDog. And I gotta say, while we wait for him, this is gonna be an interesting matchup, like I said before. Every match I've commentated, I find interesting unless otherwise stated. But this is a very interesting match because these two men are taking their little rivalry that they've had outside of Apex Wrestling into it by just this one matchup here tonight.
Yes, definitely. It's always fun to see. It's always fun to see different matches come from tournaments such as these. We get to see old rivalries from other companies sprung up again. We get to see like new rivalries form and so much more.
So, in case you guys are wondering, here are the standings for the Warzone side of things from last week. In case you somehow missed it, and I'm a bit surprised if you have. But what happens is, right now, KDog and Jaden Shadow are both tied in last place, technically speaking, at 1 win and 3 losses each. Somebody's streak's going to go 2 to 3, while the other is going to go 1 to 4. In the meantime, Dylan Travis and Dashon Walton are also tied. Wait, never mind, I'd scratch that. Dylan Travis is behind Dashon Walton, 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 tie. Dashon Walton is at 2 wins, 2 losses. Brandon Murphy's at 3 wins, 2 losses. And Kirk Carter is in second with 3 wins, 1 loss. And Vergil Snow is in the lead with 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the layout changes after tonight is over.
And it has been confirmed for next week that both these men will be in the 7th round, and we'll discuss that after the match.
California, weighing in at 220 pounds, Jaden the Samoan.
So yeah, Jaden, Shadow, and KDog looking at the match, the round robin sheet. They are confirmed to be here next week. But we will discuss who they will be facing next week after this match. But this is going to be an interesting matchup because, for me, this is the first time we've seen these two men compete in this ring. I know I said it like 2 or 3 times now, but I'm just amazed that we're finally going to see a rivalry that came from GPW over to this promotion, and we're going to see what these two men can bring to the table, and all that matters is that somebody, regardless of who it is going to have their winning streak rise here tonight.
We need a counter for how many times you say interesting.
I know. About as many times as you need the counter for how many times JoJo keeps saying the Queen over and over with some of the women wrestlers in this one. The bell is rung though. KDog taking on Jaden Shadow. It's going to be a good one here. Well, right now KDog is in control here with Jaden Shadow. So what can we say that we haven't been saying? KDog is looking to be a 3-time world champion, and he'll be damn lucky if he can get that. Jaden Shadow though is looking to be getting his first Apex World title, but they both have the record, so that begs the question: even if one of them wins, will they have the chance of possibly going for the world title at the end of the tournament?
Statistically, it is impossible for both of these men to get anywhere near the top spot. It is really just it is a match of just to show off, to really show what they are capable of. So when something like this comes around once again, they are ready for it, and they are ready to show the world what they have.
Yes, indeed, I agree with that completely, as right now, Jaden Shadow is taking it to KDog right now. Jaden Shadow is both these men are hard hitters in their own right. Jaden Shadow is a bit more technical in his abilities compared to KDog. That's just me. But right now, Jaden needs to focus. He cannot be shown off like he is right now. if he shows off too much, that might cost him the matchup in the long run.
Definitely agree with you there. I am one to boast myself, but I know when it is time to put up and shut up.
Oh, and Shadow actually had KDog in what I call an elevated beast bite, but KDog getting out of that move, and now these two men looking to work on each other here. And KDog with a nice twirling clothesline to Shadow. And now KDog on the cover, and a quick on it one by Shadow.
Impressive moves on the hands of KDog, but you can be as impressive and flashy as you want, but in the end, it's about winning the match at the end of the day.
Yes, indeed. Shadow with a running knee strike to KDog. Last week, Jaden Shadow went up against Dylan Travis in a back and forth matchup, but in the end, Jaden Shadow would come up short after he passed out from the token death grip that Dylan Travis gave to him in the middle of the match. And now Shadow going for the cover on KDog, and there's another quick out at one by KDog, and that shows how much damage Jaden Shadow has done to the two-time Apex World Champion as he goes for a German suplex on Mr. Shadow.
Yeah, KDog with the advantage, looking to keep it and looking to win this match.
And a nice neck breaker from KDog cover. Quick on it, one by Shadow. Oh, and Shadow felt that kick. He did not like the feeling. And now he's looking to go to work on KDog. So let's see what happens here. Jaden Shadow now going for, oh! TKO right on the top rope.
Yeah, Shadow, when he gets to a certain point, is quite ruthless, I should say. When you get him to a certain point, and I think he's at this point. He's at a point where he is just ready to take no regards for his opponent's safety.
At all, you can tell the crowd doesn't like him one bit, but honestly, you can tell Jaden Shadow, he don't give a damn. He's like you, he don't give a damn what the crowd thinks. All he wants to do is go in that ring, kick some ass, and then leave.
Sometimes he doesn't even care about that. He is one of the most, nihilistic people I've ever met in my entire life. This is coming from somebody that's pretty egotistical.
And indeed, Jaden Shadow is one of the more egotistical men. He is the type of person that wants his name to be known everywhere he goes, regardless if it's in or out. And KDog with a weird leg movement, kicking out of that move, either that or a weird rope break from the referee, a rope break call from the referee, forcing Jaden to let go to get out of the pinning attempt. But right now, Shadow, needs a knee right in the back of the head of KDog, but not your traditional knee, but more the knee that happens when you put all the force of that knee right to the ring floor. Not the arena floor, but that ring, in that ring. That's a hard hit. That's a hard hit. And that's just going to give you a good hurt. Yes, thank you for correcting me on that. Oh, a nice jumping clothesline by Jaden Shadow, though.
Quite impressive.
And now Shadow showing off, but the referee said there was a rope break. That's what happens.
Maybe he needs to stop focusing on these little show-off moves and just needs to take care of it.
Uh-oh, Jaden Shadow measuring KDog. Oh, and KDog counters it with a couple of elbows. And now KDog oh man, a twisting neck breaker. And now he's going for an armbar leg hold.
He's got to capitalize on this. He's got to make Jaden tap if he has any chance of winning this.
That's indeed the case of Jaden. Actually, I was going to say taking a while to get out of it, but he does. And oh, what a running knee strike by KDog out of nowhere.
And it hurt both men. Both men are getting tired. Both men are getting, like, for a match that's this, like, quick, it's really taking a toll on both men.
Yes, indeed. And as you were speaking, KDog went for the cover, but Jaden's shadow kicked out at 2. And now KDog going for the cover again after a couple of moves. Oh, and KDog got him! Didn't even take a finisher. That's gotta say something about Jaden's shadow. He's gotta be tuckered out as all hell after not even losing to a damn finisher there.
Yeah, Jaden has not been on any roll whatsoever. He's been, unfortunately, the whipping boy this entire tournament.
Okay, so I'm being corrected in the chat room. The move that he did is indeed the finisher. He called it the end of heartache. But in all honesty, there's some moves I know that are finishers. And then there are people that do let me know what their finisher is and what the move is and what they call it. But then there are people who are deciding not to let me know. So how am I supposed to know? Huh? Exactly. In any case, KDog now in the lead, now ahead of Jaden, 2 wins to 3, while Jaden is now down 1-4. And with that being said, next week, Jaden's shadow will go one-on-one with Dashon Walton, while Kirk, Connor, and KDog will be meeting next week. I butchered that, so I butchered that wording. Sue me. Don't really sue me.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what KDog's mindset is for next week. I don't think KDog, like, even if he gets another win, if he can even get even to this top spot. But what he can do is stop Carter from getting to the top spot if he really wants to. He can create that anarchy in the brackets.
Yes, indeed. He actually did that with Jaden Channel, basically forcing him down in a position where he's not going to win, where he's not going to go to the finals, regardless of what happens next week. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to switch gears. Coming up next, Cody Hagen of Anarchy goes one-on-one with Fallen Kingdom's Malcom Black. Now,
you missed out on a really good transition. Because I said KDog wants to create anarchy in the brackets, and you could have said, speaking of anarchy, next match.
Yes, I did. Either way, I'm not going to go crazy on it. But anyway, Cody Hagen and Malcom Black. This is going to be an interesting matchup because Anarchy and Fallen Kingdom have been feuding with each other for a while now, and they just can't seem to not want. It's like they don't want a match against anybody that is not part of the other's group. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, these two factions have been warring with each other for months now, and it's probably going to boil over at the Chase for the Gold pay-per-view, but we're just going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see what this match brings us. We're going to have to wait and see how the tournament really lays out.
Alright, so now I've been told Cody, I always say KDog again for whatever reason. Cody Hagen is now ready. We're ready, crowd's ready. Let's get on with it. Cody Hagen, Malcom Black starts right now. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Hagen. A man who is not doing too well in Apex. He's gotten a few, like 1 or 2 wins under his belt, but he's been met with some losses. But he looks to rearrange the whole win-loss system and have it to where he gets more wins and more losses.
Making his way to the ring.
Are you serious, JoJo? You really say that now?
Weighing in at 248 pounds, the Rebel, Cody Hagen.
Honestly, I never cared about that. So
you know, JoJo, let me tell you something. Do not, you had all the time when he was coming down the ramp to announce him. Instead you do it when he's about to get in the ring, you dumbass. Thank God we got Greg Hamilton for next year. Jesus. But in any case, Cody Hagen, some people look to this man as somebody who is not to be taken very seriously. And it almost shows, but at the same time, he does try. Not the best way to say it, but he does try to win a match.
It's a shame my grandson is looked upon as such, and it's a shame he falls around with these hooligans known as Anarchy.
Yeah, Brandon Murphy better stop with the hashtag Jobber Hagen, because if you keep spamming that shit, we
will time you out.
We are gonna time you ass out, boy. In any case, here he comes, coming out of this locker room, because he just wants the camera on him, because why the fuck not? Malcom Black of Fallen Kingdom. This man, a mixed bag of success. He has been very interesting, both in tag team and singles competition in Apex Wrestling. And honestly, many people see him as the odds-on favorite to win his match. But as you point out, size does matter. But in my book, it doesn't matter, because small men can usually beat the ass of the big dudes.
224 pounds, Malcom Black.
That's a very rare case. It happens every now and then, but again, you're not going to be body slamming somebody that's double your size. It's all about size in the end, because if you can't pick someone up, if you can't get them down to the mat for the 3 count, if you can't get them to tap from a hold, there's no point in trying.
Yes, indeed. But they are a few pounds apart from each other. They're not. Malcom isn't too big. Isn't too big compared to Cody Hagen. But that's not to say that Malcom Black honestly has the type of moves that would make even a big wrestler make him look like a threat to a big wrestler, depending on, of course, on how he utilizes his moveset.
I can see where you're coming at, but like, there's a reason that there are weight divisions in wrestling, because size disadvantages will not only affect the wrestler in the match, but outside of the match. When you're up against somebody with a bigger size, they're throwing you around, and it's going to hurt a lot more than somebody like Hagen's size. I'll throw Malcom around.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Cody's ready, Malcom's ready. 2 guys wearing their face paint, wearing their war paint, I would say. The bell is rung, and this match is officially underway. And Malcom Black getting the first move on Mr. Hagen. But Hagen taking that back kick, and with a nice overhead belly to Malcom Black. Cody has a lot to prove here, because he's going up against one of the most dangerous wrestlers in Apex Wrestling. And if you're not careful, Malcom Black can hit you hard, and to the point to where you might not be able to make a comeback with it.
Here's another thing that Malcom has over Hagen. The experience. He is the veteran of the ring right now. He's going to dictate the pace of the match, not by his size, but by his knowledge.
Yes, indeed, and it takes great ring awareness to be successful in that ring. In the meantime, these 2 men are just taking it to each other, and Hagen Go for a running power slam to the turnbuckle and right on the ring mat with that running power slam. And now Hagen in control of Malcom Black. Something that I'm a bit surprised of, but Malcom Black gets back into it with a nice leg sweep to Hagen. And now last chancery.
There it is. That's gotta be it.
Oh no! Oh, Hagen still got some fight left in him. Managed to get Black off of him, and now Hagen with a knee right to the back of Malcom Black. Oh man.
Yeah.
Hagen now taking it to Malcom Black. He is wanting to prove that he is not, as somebody kept pointing out in the comment section, he is not Jobber Hagen. He wants to prove to the world that he is not a jobber, that he can put up a fight. And what a way it would be if he can get a victory over Malcom Black. And as soon as I say that, Malcom Black with a counter.
It's that ring awareness. It's that veteran instinct that you just know the moment is set.
Is there a reason why you took your headset off for a reason?
I didn't take my headset off.
Well, you were leaning. Well, it looked like you was probably leaning back or something. But either way, these two men apparently having a history with each other. And it's going to be interesting to see how their history will play out for this matchup. Because right now, these two men are actually going back and forth at this point.
It has been quite the back and forth match, I will definitely say. I'm very impressed with Cody's performance as of late, honestly. And it's definitely going to be, whether he wins or loses tonight, it's definitely going to be a showing of his skills in the ring.
Yes, indeed. And now Malcom Black with a neck breaker on Hagen. Oh, man. Oh, man. Black's just punishing Hagen. Went for a kick to the back. Hagen did not feel a thing. Instead, gives him a knee right to the gut of Malcom Black, because why the fuck not? And now Hagen. Oh, freak accident to Malcom Black. Cover. Quick on a one.
Wow.
Oh, and Hagen is absolutely livid. And now he's saying, shh, I'm going to finish somebody. Oh!
He gets that anger from his grandfather. Me.
Look at this. He is actually doing all kinds of taunts to both the crowd and Malcom Black.
This he did not get from me. He needs to just get his eye back on the match.
Well, you know, the funny part is he managed to do three taunts before Malcom Black was able to get back up and take control. And now Hagen with a back body drop counter. And now Hagen's going in the corner, measuring Malcom Black. He's going for it. Cody Hagen with a spear.
Ooh, wow.
And Hagen going for the cover. And Hagen got Malcom Black.
Wow. Wow, I knew my grandson could do it.
Oh, everybody is saying, everybody in the chat room was all rooting for Malcom Black. And now Cody Hagen, as soon as he goes backstage and sees what happened, he's going to be saying, who's laughing now?
I mean, do you remember a few weeks ago when I held that Jobber Battle Royal?
Yes, I remember he was a part of it.
Not only was he a part of it, he won it. Remember what I said?
Yes.
Remember what I said the winner would get? No? No? You don't remember?
Brandon, just saying, we warned you about spamming. So you're in timeout for 300 seconds.
Yeah, it seems like you don't remember the reward of the Jobber Battle Royal, do you?
Yes, he goes up against Vergil Snow. I remember that.
He does. He faces Vergil Snow next week on Warzone. Good luck, my grandson. You're gonna need it. Speaking of Vergil Snow, he's in action for the Chase for the Gold tournament.
Yes, indeed. Last week he overtook Kirk Carter in the rankings with 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. And knowing Vergil Snow, he is going to do whatever it takes to stay on that top spot.
Definitely will, and won't let a current rival in Dashon Walton stop him from doing that. These two having historic history, in their home promotion ROV, but they're gonna have to put all that aside and look towards the goal, which is becoming Apex World Champion.
Yes, indeed. This is going to be one hell of a fight, to say the least. I'm ready. I am very excited for this match. And now,
to say the most, the arena's going to blow up.
Oh, yep. Thank
Said
God.
To say the least, I'm going to say the most.
Hey,
the absolute most that'll happen tonight is the arena will blow up.
In other words, what, by way of pyro or by wrestling moves?
Everything. Yes. Let's get on with the match.
Yes, indeed. Malcom Black. Fucking goddamn it. Vergil Snow versus Dashon Walton. Let's get on with it.
Making his way to the ring from Camelot, weighing in at 318 pounds, Vergil Snow.
Oh, Vergil Snow. He's actually done a very big comeback. He started out in the tournament not so good, but now look at him. He started from the bottom, now he's here. No pun intended on the song.
Yes, indeed. Top bracket of the A block. Honestly, it was inevitable for someone of his size, his stature, his experience, and his overall ring knowledge to be top of the brackets.
And you know, I can't wait to see what happens here, because, like you mentioned earlier, these two men have a history with each other that stems from their home turf, which is Ring of Valiance, ROV for short. But this is not Ring of Valiance. This is Apex Wrestling. What happens outside can be mentioned, but it don't mean a damn thing in this company.
Yep, it's all about what you do inside our squared circle.
And here comes Dashon Walton, a man that who has been on a mission. He has been on the verge of trying to get under the skin of the owner of Apex Wrestling, Lee Anderson, by looking to be Apex World Champion. Now, if what I'm seeing is correct, and I will double check on the bracket, just to be sure.
From Staten Island, New York,
but if the standings are any indication, so here's how it is. Jaden Shadow is now 1-4. KDog is now 2-3. Meanwhile, if Walton wins, he'll be 3-2. But if he loses, he'll be 2-3. If Vergil Snow loses, he'll be 3-2. 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. But if he wins, he'll be 4 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie. In other words, if Kirk, even if Vergil Snow were to win and Kirk Carter wins, then Vergil would still be on the top spot because of that tie.
Yes, indeed. It's all about getting the slightest victories. But Vergil, this is his last match of the tournament. So he needs to get every single possibility done tonight.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, if Walton wins tonight and next week, then he will be at 4 wins and 2 losses. But knowing how this is the final this is the second to last week of this tournament, you gotta wonder if the top three, how the top three men are gonna be, knowing that they are the most likely odds-on favorite to win the tournament, and all it comes down to is just one win, one loss, and if it happens again, for the third time in a row, for the third time ever, a tie.
Yeah, ties only few and far between in the tournament, because this is just, everybody wants a win. It's very hard to get a tie in this tournament.
Yes, indeed, and Vergil Snow with the very first move did a nice power slam on Dashon Walton. Now Walton is going to have his hands full, but that is not to say he's got moves in his arsenal that might actually take down Vergil Snow enough to probably get a victory here tonight.
Quite possibly. Walton might not be the biggest around, but he's got some muscle on him, so maybe he can use that muscle to his advantage and lift the giant Yeti up.
Yes, indeed. Referee's calling for a play. Oh, and Vergil Snow punching Dashon Walton right in the face while the referee was trying to break up the whole thing up in the corner. And Walton paid it back in kind with a DDT. And now Vergil Snow again with his power move. Oh, man, sit out Gorilla Press Slam.
Very impressive to just not only lift somebody over your shoulders, but as high up as Vergil gets him, and to slam him down to the mat. That's gotta hurt.
Yes, indeed. And now Walton looking at, now that he sees Vergil Snow down on the mat, he's looking to take it to him. But Snow, this is where it's interesting. Snow's advantage is when he's on his feet. Walton's advantage is when Vergil's on the mat with his eyes looking straight up at the lights high above that ring.
Yeah, I think I got a hashtag started.
Yes, you did. You probably did. Vergil Snow with a cover, quick on it, won by Dashon Walton. It's still early in the match, Vergil. I wouldn't go for a cover just yet. But that is not to say we've had some very short matches in Apex Wrestling where it took just one pin to go for the cover and have that person win the match.
Hell, even in the tournament, we've had quite short matches.
Yes, indeed. Namely with, I can only think of one person, Brandon Murphy. Mainly because of that power driver that he does. It only really takes one of them to end his matches. And that's a surprising thing for me. Because everybody that he's beaten that move with, it only just takes one of them. And that's very good. I really like that.
Yeah, Murphy has been on quite the roll. Despite my feelings towards him, he is quite the individual.
And Walton hitting Vergil Snow with a tornado DDT on the apron, the hardest part of that ring. And now Walton going for the cover. And a quick on it, one by Snow. Snow is a big man, so it's going to take a lot more than a simple DDT on the apron. In his mind, it'd be a simple DDT on the apron to take him down.
Yeah, Vergil is quite the sturdy individual. There's a lot you change as a person when you're surrounded by the cold that Vergil is.
Yes, indeed. And now Snow in a bit of trouble here. Walton.
Hey, you stole that move from me!
And now oh, wait a minute. Walton went for a cutter. But Vergil Snow counted him. And now Walton with the flatliner.
Yeah, even though Vergil countered, he is still on the upper advantage. That's the kind of ring awareness that Walton has that not many people actually have.
Yeah, the only thing about Vergil Snow I'm actually wondering about is if we will see the powerbomb that is used to damn near injure his opponents. I mean, we've seen it from the very beginnings with Jaden Shadow. And ever since then, he's been looking to try to put his opponents in that powerbomb and try to injure them to the best of his ability. And it actually does wear them down. It's wearing down some of the people that he's been in the ring with. As you can tell by the win-loss records of everybody. And compared to him, aside, because I mean, look at that. You look at that record, you cannot sit there and tell me that it's probably because of those power bombs that he's been giving everybody that he is where he is right now.
Definitely. Like, I equate those power bombs to the reason he is first overall right now.
And now Vergil Snow, oh, Dashon Walton being smart, going after the legs of Vergil Snow, and if he does that, Snow might not be able to go for that power bomb, and that's smart strategy by Dashon Walton, and that's the kind of strategy Vergil Snow does not want happen, as he plows Dashon Walton right through the ring, but Walton with a counter with a nice arm drag, and now shit's about to get crazy.
Definitely, it's all about chopping that tree down, and that's what Walton is doing pristinely.
Yes, indeed. Walton went for a flatliner, and now he's going do a nice another arm drag to Vergil Snow. Managed to get the momentum to toss him all the way over from one side of the ring to the other, and there's a spear by Dashon Walton.
Ooh, wow! Could this be it?
Well, Walton is not going for the cover. Instead, he's going to go top rope.
Oh my God! High risk and high reward.
Oh, he got him with a
be?
630 cover. And Dashon Walton got him.
Wow! Impressive.
You cannot sit. Nobody watching this can sit there and tell me that our point was just proven. He did not hit a powerbomb and he lost, which is ironic.
Yeah, definitely that powerbomb, like, definitely did keep Vergil pretty clean, pretty high in the tournament. But that's all for Vergil in the tournament. But like, he's still first overall. But let's see if he can hold on to that for not only the end of this week, but through next week.
Yes, indeed. So we'll see what happens there. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a very, very interesting matchup. Coming up next, after all this time we've been focusing on this Chase of the Gold tournament, it's time we finally crown a goddamn #1 contender for the Apex Tag Team titles, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Natural Romance taking on the unlikely duo of Eric Williams and Young AK. These two teams are, in the opinions of both general managers, the two teams that rightfully deserve a tag team title opportunity. So we'll see what happens here.
Definitely. Lance showing his all in the Chase for the Gold tournament. Alex doing very well in singles competition. Both of them being an amazing tag team, and unfortunately haven't been doing many tag team matches themselves. The unlikely duo have had some shoddy work, but compared to the other tag teams on the map, have been doing better than others. Not only in tag team, but in singles competition. So both of these teams having actual success in singles, but also success as teams. So we're gonna see how it breaks down and who will be the #1 contender for the tag team champions.
Yes, indeed. And I've got to say this much. We're looking at two very... I'm not going to say that word because I know you're doing a counter in the
Get a thesaurus.
But since how this match is going, we got a team that is very experienced in this field against a team that is not so much so. But they are still in the mindset of the general managers to be worthy of the #1 contendership. And so we'll see what happens there.
We definitely will. Let's get into this match. Stop flapping our gums.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Introducing first, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 220 pounds, the natural Alex Wolf.
Well, okay, speaking out of character here, I completely forgot to put this version of Alex Wolf in to replace the old version of Alex Wolf, but that will be fixed in the future, whenever their next match is going to be. But for right now, here he is, Alex Wolf, a man who is going to have a bit of fun here. I actually talked with Natural Romance earlier tonight about this matchup. They said the Unlikely Duo may be a very good they may be a very young tag team to go up against, but let's be honest here. We're about to give a spoiler. It's going to be Natural Romance walking out of this thing, #1 contenders, and your soon-to-be Apex Tag Team Champions. And with that being said, it's a no-brainer that Deviate is most likely backstage watching this match to see who they're going to be facing at Chase for the Gold.
They gotta be. I'm surprised they're not by our side at the commentary desk watching. This is such an important match for them. This is probably the biggest competition they've ever gotten as tag team champions since probably the Fallen Kingdom.
Well, if you kind of think about it, they probably are thinking more along the lines of they don't want to have their #1 contenders distracted. The man competing for that opportunity, they don't want them to be distracted by their presence. So that's probably why they're not out here. Just so that way they don't look at them and say those titles are ours on both sides of the coin.
Maybe, just maybe, but these two teams are in an elite level where something as petty as the tag team champions being out here wouldn't even affect them, I would say.
Wait, hold up a second. Oh wait, there they are, they're over there. Over there, they got front row tickets over there.
Oh, nice.
Wow, I didn't even see them come in. I
mean, I've never heard them talk in my entire life, so.
Well, I guess they're just like, I guess they just decided since they're not wrestling tonight, they just get a front row seat behind the barricade. So that way they can get a very up close and personal view of who they're going to be facing at Chase for the Gold.
Yeah, if I were them, I would be here too, because this is such an important match for not only them, but the Apex Tag Division as a whole.
Oh yes, indeed. And it all comes down to this matchup between a well-experienced team and a team that is starting out, like I said earlier. But the question is, which team is going to be the victor? Because both teams are actually very good, are actually very interesting tag teams in their own right. And I know you're going to do a goddamn counter for me saying that. So make that 5 because...
Get a thesaurus!
Hey! I can't help it if I can't say interesting all the damn time. Hey, I just can't help it. I just can't.
You can find different wordings for it. This is what a thesaurus is for.
Yes, I know what a thesaurus is. Thank you very much, Jerry the King Lawler.
Puppies!
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 400.
Alright, well here comes the Unlikely Duo. Quite a tag team to say the least.
Well, the Unlikely Duo looking to do something. Now this is going to be... How can I put this without getting another interesting out of there? This is going to be a momentous occasion for the Unlikely Duo because, I mean, they've lost to the tag team champions in the past, but they are looking to make a redemption claim. Not only would they have to beat Natural Romance, but they would have to beat Deviate to get that redemption paid off right then and there.
Definitely. It's definitely... Now I need to definitely count.
Yeah, do a definitely count for you and an interesting count for me, for fuck's sake.
We need the sources.
Yes,
I
we
need
do.
one too.
Yes, you do. You would just say agreed and then say definitely, so that way you're not saying it over and over again. For me, I don't even know a goddamn word that would replace interesting, but I'll look it up later on when we're done with the show. But in any case, Eric Williams is starting for his team while Alex Wolf will be starting for his. So, a nice, interesting way to get things started, and young AK gets tagged in. Oh! Kick up high, kick down low, and Alex Wolf is down right now.
This tag team, the Unlikely Duo, is not the first time that they are going up against Alex Wolf. All three men being in the #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Champion, which was won by one of my former stablemates, but we will find more of that on Ground Zero, Jimmy Martinez. But in any case, young AK with the upper hand right now.
Yes, indeed. And Alex Wolf would love nothing more, because the interesting thing is, Natural Romance and DV8 have never faced off against each other at all during the DV8's title reign. Never.
Which is so surprising, because Natural Romance is, in my opinion, one of the best tag teams in all of COD today.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, look at their history. I mean, you look at their track record as far as being a tag team goes. How you look at them both as singles competitors. They're both wide across the board when it comes to championship success.
Yep, and Apex being one of the only companies that they actually have not tasted tag gold before. But they're looking to change that with not only this match, but if they win the match at Chase for the Gold.
Yeah, indeed, and Lance Romance, the biggest man out of all the men here in this matchup, going to work on young AK right now.
He's got beef. Manhandling the smaller athlete in young AK.
Oh man, and AK is in a bit of trouble here. He needs to find a way to get... Man, this is almost looking like a damn squash match tag team version. Almost being away, and look at it. Oh, and oh my god, Romance stomping on the arm of young AK.
I wonder where he learned that move.
Oh, don't act like you don't know.
Yeah, I know. He stole that from me. I'm the Nova of Caw. I invented everything.
Oh, I highly fucking doubt that. But either way, AK now getting back into things, going for a comeback here. Romance, oh man, and AK now going back in the ring, but Lance Romance punches him, and now Romance, oh, he takes him into one side, and now he's going to ram him into the other corner.
Good God.
That is the... Oh, and AK with a kick to the midsection. Lance Romance was down for a brief moment, gets kicked in the midsection again, and this time a jumping headbutt, but that does not take down Lance Romance. But AK trying to do everything he can to get Lance Romance down, but Romance with a knee right in the back of the head, but a rope break saves the matchup for him. And Eric Williams trying to get back out of this corner. Lance Romance seeing him coming and kicks him out of the ring.
And it's being a savage in the ring today. Not taking any offense from young AK and just maliciously beating on young AK whenever he gets in his eyesight.
Lance Romance. Oh, Romance got caught! Romance was looking to go for the Romance bomb, but he just couldn't let it. And now young AK measuring Lance Romance.
Oh, he could be going for the goddamn 47.
Oh, goddamn 47 cover.
This could be it.
Oh, and that's Alex Wolf saving the matchup. AK sees him. Alex Wolf did not get out of the ring for whatever reason, and now he gets hit with a clothesline by young AK. And now AK doing the smart thing, tagging in Eric Williams. But I gotta ask, if AK couldn't do too much to him, what makes you think Eric Williams possibly could? In the meantime,
Well, he landed his finishing move, which I think would have been it if Eric Williams was not attacked before by Lance Romance.
and you could just see right in the bottom of your screen, you can see AK going after Alex Wolf. In the meantime, Eric Williams, the power of the man. 214, 220, like 210, 220 pounds, lifting up a man that's near 280. And tied to young AK, but Lance showing that dominance yet again. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute, what the hell is Lance Romance going for? Oh, no. Oh, no! No!
No!
Oh, my God!
No!
Power driver
Oh, my
off
God!
the apron! God damn!
Oh my God!
That young AK has gotta be out.
He's gotta be dead.
He's gotta have sheer willpower keeping him alive. But look at this. I think that power driver must have worked on something inside of young AK, because now he's taking it to Lance Romance right now.
A supernatural spirit that he claims to have inside him is waking up. The beast inside him is awakening.
And now Lance Romance now knocking down Eric Williams, tosses it, Irish whipping young AK over to his side of the ring, tags in Alex Wolf, and oh, young AK meets the bottom of Alex Wolf's shoes, goes to the cover, kick out of 2 by AK.
Now Wolf definitely has to be thinking, what do we have to do to get this thing down?
Yes, indeed. I believe AK is not a man. He's just some weirdly
something supernatural.
Yeah, yes, exactly what I was trying to say. But I keep wanting to say interesting for whatever reason. Do not count that, because I swear to God, AK now going for a nice hook and run after doing a handstand move. And now AK going for something here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. AK now. Black Mass to Alex Wolf.
I believe AK calls it something, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Well, Alex Wolf, AK did not go for the cover. That might cost him a little bit if Alex Wolf can capitalize on the blunder.
It's called Russian roulette, by the way.
Okay. Either way, AK now. Double team move. Oh!
That is their finish. Supposed to be the other way, but with them being quite the slapped together tag team.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. Eric Williams now gonna go in the ring. He's the legal man, taking it to Alex Wolf. Uh-oh. Oh, now Alex gonna take it to Eric Williams' knees and right at the top of the head. Goes for the cover. And a quick on it won by Williams.
Yeah, Williams being the fresher of the two in the unlikely duo.
And
not looking so hot right now.
Oh, a nice strong toe hold by Eric Williams to Wolf. But Wolf, he's not going to let some, as he would probably put it, some young man who honestly is not really that good in the tag team division beat him in his own game. A game that he and Lance Romance believe they have perfected. And what a way it would be if that is the case. The only way for it to be the case is if they walked out. If they walked out Apex Tag Team Champions. But that is if Alex Wolf can get out of the submission hold. And he does relatively quickly.
Seems like Williams didn't have it applied very well. Oh my God.
Breaker by Alex Wolf goes for the cover.
It's gotta be it.
Kick out of 2.
Wow.
I think Alex Wolf should do something smart here and go for the tag on Lance Romance, because Romance is the damage dealer of the group of the two here. Okay, that's called the Wolf's Bite. Okay, I will remember that next time. But either way, Alex Wolf. Oh, knees Eric Williams right in the face. And now Eric Williams is in deep trouble when he went out of the ring to buy himself a bit of time. There's the super kick. And now Wolf hits Eric Williams with the straight jacket suplex. My God.
He's got to capitalize on it, though. He can't just let it sit like that.
Uh-oh. Now Wolf measuring Williams. What's it going for? Wolf's fight for the second time.
That's got to be it.
That has to be it. Natural Romance might have the match won. Cover. Oh, just barely. Young AK saves the match. And now look at this. Natural Romance. Looked like they were going to go after AK for a bit, but something happened. But now it's going to be... Oh, what the... Oh, that was a weird bump. But either way, Eric Williams has Wolf in this corner, tags in Young AK, gonna go for the double team maneuver that they did earlier.
That is the elevated goddamn 47.
The elevated 47, and the unlikely duo are going to
oh my God.
The what the fuck?
Wow. What a mountain the unlikely duo have just climbed by beating one of the greatest tag teams in all of CAW in Natural Romance.
Wow.
Jesus.
Damn, oh my God. Natural Romance have got to be absolutely livid. They gave it everything they've had, but it just wasn't enough.
Here are your winners.
Definitely wasn't.
William
Oh.
and Young AK, the Union.
Is that an excuse I'm seeing here?
Getting something to my earpiece. Referee is saying he didn't see the tag, therefore this match is still kind of in contention. The match right now is over, but there's definitely going to be some research into this by me, Mr. Anderson, and Mr. Tracy to see what we have to do for this this number one contenders match.
Now we'll have to see what happens here. Of course, I have no say in the matter. We'll see what happens there. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event. Dylan Travis taking on Kirk Carter.
Travis looking to be on a comeback tour tonight. After losing the majority of his matches, looking to bump up in the ranks, looking to get 2 straight wins to at least get somewhere near the top bracket. So he can at least probably earn a possible championship opportunity later on. Because if you do good enough in this tournament, I personally would give you a future world title opportunity. Not there and then, but eventually. I'll see me, Mr. Anderson, and Mr. Tracy will be seeing all your performances and judging accordingly.
Yeah, that is how things are run around here. Used to be just by Mr. Anderson, but due to one wrestler, a.k.a. Lance Romance, speaking his displeasure on how Mr. Anderson was running the show, the shots, he decided, well, Mr. Anderson decided to have GMs implemented, and I believe that's actually been done pretty good. But now, the time for talking is over. Dylan Travis, Kirk Carter, one-on-one, right now, let's go.
Making his way to the ring from Manchester, England, weighing in at 243 pounds, Dylan Travis.
Let's take a look at the records. Kirk Carter is 3-1, while Dylan Travis is 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 tie. If I know Travis, he is going to try whatever he can to keep Kirk Carter away from that second spot, because right now the top 3 are Vergil, Snow, Kirk Carter, and Brandon Murphy in their respective places, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd respectively. So we'll see what happens. If Dylan Travis can win, then he will have Carter tie with Brandon Murphy at 3 wins and 2 losses. But yet, Vergil Snow will still be on the top of the leaderboard at 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie.
If Carter loses, if Carter wins, then he gets back on top.
Yes, he does indeed. 5. Wait, I did say. Shit. I already forgot my damn number. So yeah, it'd be 4 wins and 1 loss. Yeah, he needs that. He needs that win if he wants to get back on top and make history, or at least try to make history at Chase for the Gold.
Yeah, and Travis looking to just get out of the lower bracket and into the higher one. But he's got to fight. He's got to get over a pretty high bar in Kirk Carter.
Oh yes.
Indestructible Kirk Carter, champion.
Oh yes, indeed. He needs to get what is honestly, in my opinion, the biggest victory of his life ever since. Well, not his life, but the biggest win ever since his victory over KDog for the Apex World Title. But Kirk Carter has proven to be a wall of a man that you have to knock down if you want to get that 1, 2, 3 on this man.
Yeah, Carter is almost superhuman in how he is in that ring. He is quite a star and has only lost twice overall in his Apex career, once in the tournament. That is a feat that not many other people can say they've done, except for like me.
Except for the 2 people that beat him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, right now, Carter, as I've mentioned many times before, he is looking to make history by being the first man to ever hold both the Intercontinental and World Heavyweight titles at the same time. Carter is so good that he has beaten even Tamura, who I considered up to that point to be the hardest person to beat, and even Carter managed to pull that off. Shows how enduring Kirk Carter really is.
He not only did that, but then kind of had Tamura, then brought Tamura to a certain state that he hasn't been able to get back from. He has been a shell of his former self, and that is what Kirk Carter does to you in the ring. He turns you into a shell of your former self and makes you look so much worse than you were before.
Well, last week, Carter had the upset loss at the hands of, if I am not mistaken, it was at the hands of Brandon Murphy. I will double check my shit just to be sure I'm not fucking myself over. Yeah, because that was a very interesting moment to witness. A nice German suplex by Travis, but Carter kicked out at 1. Travis, on the other hand, he's just not been having a very good run with the Chase for the Gold tournament here, and that's kind of showing.
Yeah, Travis not having the absolute worst record, but he's further down than you would usually suspect for somebody that won the world champion in record time, for somebody that was on such a roll for a while, until obviously losing to TK Rack and then eventually losing the Monopoly ladder match to yours truly, and he just hasn't been able to bounce off of that, and this tournament really shows it.
Yes, indeed. It's like how his turmoil all started after he won the world title. After that, he just started losing matches left and right, to the point to where it was almost inevitable that his next challenger would beat him for the world title, and it happened. His very first challenger would be the person that he would lose the world title to, and that was TK Rack. But Rack, he had a mixed bag of success, mostly victories under his belt as world champion. But he would lose it in the ladder match that you were involved in, as you said, only for you to have to give that belt to some random ass dude named Vacant. And now everybody in this matchup is taking it to each other to get the world title. And Kirk Carter with a spear on Dylan Travis. Cover.
Wow.
Kick out at 2. That is a new move we have not seen Carter do before. I mean, we've seen the spear before. Smart asses, in case there are people going to be like, "Oh, but you've seen the spear before." Yeah, but not from Kirk Carter.
Yeah, Carter pulling out he pulls out something new almost every match we see him in.
Yeah, and Carter looking to hype up the crowd as he continues to go to work on Dylan Travis, going for the cover. Quick on it, won by Travis. And
Travis not letting just a simple spear take him down.
Oh no, he did not. He already took down Jaden's shadow. Last one. Oh! What a super kick! And now Dylan Travis looking to go for the move that knocked down Jaden's shadow. And there's the token death grip. The token death grip is locked in. Kirk Carter in serious trouble, but he gets out of it. He gets out of it, just able to just knock the hand away. But Dylan Travis not gonna let him get the better of him. Goes for the 1, 2, 3 suplexes, not letting go at all during the 3 time. And look at that, he's flipping off the crowd. Flipping off the crowd to no end, and now covered by Travis. And a kick out at 2 by Carter.
Such disrespect he gives to the fans.
Well, Carter, I guess Dylan Travis he is understandably not so happy with how his career has been. So, and he's flipping off the crowd again, for God's sake. He must really hate the fans. I guess he's thinking they turned on him after he lost the world title, I'm guessing. I don't know what's going on in his mind, but Carter looking to get back into things here with an electric chair drop on Travis.
Carter's got to take advantage. Can't just sit around and taunt. He's got to really get going with it.
Yes, indeed. And now Carter, clothesline after clothesline, ducks underneath Travis's clothesline and gives him a 3rd one just for added measure. And now Carter, oh, Superman punch, cover. And Carter gets him.
Wow.
Carter is now up on the leaderboard.
He is 1st overall, and I don't see anybody taking him down anytime soon. That was the match. That was the tournament set. That was the block set match. Kirk Carter, I don't think anything can stop him. With next week going after KDog, nothing's gonna stop him from being in the main event for the chase for the gold.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, before we end it off here, let's announce the matches for not only for next week's round 7, but also for the final round 6 matches that will be taking place on Ground Zero. On Ground Zero, we will have TK Rack take on Lance Romance, Ronnie Wolf taking on Dean Henry John, and then we got Tamura taking on Yurikato. Not in that order because the general manager loves to do things his own way. But next week, it will be Jaden Shadow taking on Dashon Walton, Kirk Carter taking on KDog, and Brandon Murphy taking on Dylan Travis. And I believe Travis is looking like he may be admitting defeat here, but he has shown respect to Kirk Carter after a very good matchup from both men That was a nice one to say the least.
It definitely was, and it's definitely cemented Carter as the winner of the block. I don't think anything will be able to stop him from actually getting that, unless Brandon Murphy next week somehow pulls a fast one, which
yes,
I doubt because he's a young boy, no good piece of garbage. Here's how it is.
Well, here's how it is. Okay, Vergil Snow would have to get a bit. Wait, actually, no, he's not next. So what would have to happen is that Brandon Murphy manages to get the victory next week while Kirk Carter loses. If that is the case, I'm almost thinking that Vergil Snow's time on the top is now over, considering how his bye week is actually next week, which is a bit ironic how this whole situation is playing out for him. But if Brandon Murphy can get the victory while Carter gets a loss next week, they will be tied and they will have to face each other They will have to face each other to determine who will be representing Warzone at Chase for the Gold. But that's going to be time for next week. We will talk about what happens with the tournament on the final round of that next week. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I am Forrest Walpole, commentator for Apex Wrestling, alongside Riley Wolf, and we wish you good night from here in the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana.